Hey gang, it's Tim. Welcome back to the channel. So we're working on Fred again. We've got some important issues here that we really need to take care of. When we're driving, Fred, you can't even talk to each other inside. And it's something I should have done at the beginning, but we're gonna tackle these vent windows. So these crummy old things, everything's shot, it's half missing. The window trims here, look at these. They're just, look at, they're crunchy. So, like I said, before we did the interior, we should have done it, but we didn't. So we're gonna dig in now. So let me show you what we got. We've got the new door channels. We got all those critters. We got the new vent window rubbers. We got some the Camaronis there for the windows. We got a little rivet kit if we need it. And if we really get crazy, something I want to do is we've got some door pins and bushings because this side here is a little so we need to fix that. So let's start tearing apart the door. We'll get this door panel torn apart and then see what we got to do to get this out. I've been kind of procrastinating because I heard it's an ugly job, but I really don't think it's that bad. So let's get these out and see if we can figure it out. All right, let's dig in. Definitely should have done this before we did the interior, but they're pretty easy to come off. We'll get it. Step one, we're just gonna take apart all our nice work, but it won't take long. A few screws here and there. Pop this old spring off. I promise I got the clip on. There it goes. I've had these critters on and off a couple times, so kind of got it down pat. I gotta get these caps off, and I don't want to break those. I'm gonna get a little plastic pry tool so we don't bust these off. Sure enough, one cracked. Oh. There we go, that's the key. Make sure you pull it from that side. All right, tip of the day. Release that clip and then pull out. I forgot these had these little J hookies on them, so I'll probably have to buy another set because I kind of broke one. That was easy. All right, off. So we got the door panel, everything off. I want to show you what we've got for these vent windows. So we just got a screw up here, got another one right over here on the side, and then another one right here. And then also the arm comes down, there's a bolt. It's supposed to be here, but it's missing. And then I want to take the bolt off of this side arm so we can kind of get that glass out of the way a little bit. See if it'll move. I don't know, I've never done this before, so once again, you're learning with me because I don't know what I'm doing. Then I noticed this mirror bracket thing. That's just shaking in the breeze too. It's kind of weird. So just the one screw, two screws, three screws. It's supposed to be a bolt here. It's missing in action. This thing, if I see it in there, flopping in the breeze. And then we should be able to, and then pull that assembly out. Let's see. All right, let's give it a whirl. That's an interesting one. Has like a little, almost like a little snap collar. I think that's it. Let's see if this will come out. Oh. There. Do a little twist-a-roni. We did it. We got one out. Awesome, Stein. All right, let's put this on the table. I'll spray it with some of the old PB blaster here, this nut here, and I'll take apart the other side. We'll see what we can do on the table. Beautiful. So let's go bring this one to the operating table, and we'll start getting these babies taken apart. Well, we got these bad dogs on the operating table. So we gotta, in order to get these gaskets all apart, you gotta take these things completely apart. So you got a couple little, there's supposed to be tabs here, but like kind of lock it in place. So we gotta find them, bend them up if there's anything left. They're just kind of crusty. Bend these tabs down if we can. Boy, get back here. Alright. Okay, so we gotta take this off. Save all the pieces parts. I kind of wanted to cheat and get all brand new ones from LMC, but they've been on back order forever, so figure we'll give it a whirl, fixing them ourselves. So I'm just putting these things in order. There was a washer there. I'll have to find a new one of them. We gotta drill this rivet out, and from LMC I bought the little kit with the drill, and we'll take them to the bench later, but let's drill this old rivet out very carefully. There it is. We got it. The rivet's out. So now in theory, should be able to pull this out. Wow. That really stunk, but we got it. So we got one out. Woo. Amen. A little washer that's inside there. That's a pain. So let's get strip the rest of this goop out of here. These are like dried up old nasty potato chips. Alright, so these have all these little happy clips in there. So I'm thinking the new ones must go in and then we fold them back over. Wow. Wow, that gets wedged in there. That's going to be fun putting back together. There's our strip frame. One down, one to go. Mucho bettero though. They're gonna be. All right, let's dig into this next one. Time for some dinner. It's been about, I don't know, you saw just like a minute. That was, well, I've been on this one for like 20 minutes. So the boss is here, said it's dinner time, so we're gonna go eat. See you in a second. All right, we're back. Got a full gut. We're gonna finish digging the rest of this out. This stuff is so crispified that it's like a rock in here. So I'm just finding myself digging this out a little at a time, just the best I can to get this old rubber out of here. So we're just gonna keep at it. Oh, son of a biscuit. Ow. Maybe I should wear a glove. Should have put mittens on ahead of time. Trousers. Whew, we did it. They're all stripped. So the last thing we got to do, let me just do a little cleanup on aisle 3 here first. Wear your gloves. Look at it. Crumbs. So the last thing we got to do is we got to take these knuckles off before we prep these to clean them up and paint them. So I'm going to bring you in here and show you how to do this. All right, so to take these little knuckles off, it's pretty easy. I'm gonna bring you in close up and show you. So you look right here, you can see that little pin. So I got a couple tools. Basically, you're supposed to be able to just drive this out. In theory, a little tap tap a-roni. the other side. Make sure you have your, make sure you have your hammer, electrician's hammer. We'll just take these and work that pin out. There it is. So we got our little happy pin out. And in theory, should be able to pull this apart. So we got that. Don't want to lose the parts. We got springies in there. And then inside of here, there's a Torx screw. So we gotta get that out. I think it's about this big. It's out. There's an old dried up gasket there too. So I'm just gonna kind of screw these together. Even though I don't think we need them, all the parts. The new one should have all the parts we need. But just in case. Okay, so we'll do a little cleanup in here. And what I want to do is I want to tape off the glass and all the stuff don't want to hurt, so we can prep these up and give them a quick little foo-foo, nice paint job, especially the outside are really cocky. So we'll tape this all up. I'll wire brush this whole thing down with a wheel, and we'll give it a nice coat of black paint. Next step. So what I'm going to do, I don't know how to take this out and get it sealed in good. So we're going to leave the glass in, but I want to tape all this so that when we're wire wheeling, we don't scratch up the old glass here. So I'm just going to cover the whole thing in tape. All protected up. Let's do the other one. I don't want to hurt my janitor sticker. Hopefully we'll catch up with them. Battle in Bama in the spring. Let's just run a stripe of masking tape down here for good luck. I'll scratch this up. Okay, we're all protected up. Then we get the wire wheel and we'll clean these babies up and give them a coat of paint. I'm gonna don the old gloves. I don't want to get another wound. See if this one will work. Okay, I'm gonna give that a sand. So I had wire brushed this side and painted it when we were, farting with the body work this past winter with Fred. So I was gonna kind of sand it down and gonna let that paint fill some of those pits, and then we'll give it another good old coat here. Alrighty, let's get a piece of paper. We'll clean this stuff up, and then we'll. Okay, we're gonna get some lacquer thinner. We'll kind of dust these off with lacquer thinner, and then we'll hit it with the paint. I love lacquer thinner for everything. Just tends to clean it up good. Get any cockies off of there. All right, let's see what we can do here. Holy cow, looks a million times better. Just painting some of these rusty parts just because, for no reason. Rust looks better painted. I think everybody agrees rust looks better painted. I think it looks really good. So I'm gonna let this flash, and I'm gonna pork it one more time, and we'll be good for the night. So I will catch you in a second, but it'll be tomorrow, and we'll start the reassembly of this. It's getting late. That picking that rubber, my God, that took forever. And a couple of wounds. But in the end, it's going to be worth it. So let me give this another coat. We will see you in a few. All right. Welcome back. It's the next day. So these things came out pretty awesome. So we just got to strip this stuff, all the tape I put on here, and we'll start reassembling. So the first step, I guess, we'll get these rubbers installed on here. So let me de-tape all these critters, and yeah, we'll get it rocking and rolling. That came out awesome. Look at that. That's beautiful. All cleaned up. I'm just going to touch this up with a razor blade real quick. Just get with a little bit of bleed throughout. Easier now to clean it before we have any rubbers and stuff on it. This way so I don't hurt myself again. All right, let's see if we can figure this out. So let's try to get one of these rubbers on here. I don't know really how to do it, but it doesn't look that complicated. I just took them out of the package and I noticed it's got the old notcholina on one side. So that's the only way it can fit. So I'm just gonna give it a good lube with some spray way and hope it's not too hard to get this thing locked into that groovage. But we've got the old, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a channel, and we got to get that channel and this channel that we had so much fun with last night. So I don't know where to start. We'll start down here, see if we can get this notched in, or latched into the notch. It's got a little nub here. We'll see if we can get this nub started at least. Wow, that's tough. This is super tough. Thought we had one started. No, so. All right, I think this is gonna take a little time. Let's dig into this. Well, we got it in place. Now we just gotta get it in the groove. All right, so I got some tools. I don't wanna, if I keep using this, I know I'm gonna poke through the rubber. So I got some plastic tools. I think I'm gonna get me a tall bucket. I'm gonna sit down. See if we can get one of these in. We're getting it. Just gonna keep chewing away at it. It's the best we can do. I'm not sure if this is the right thing to do, but it seems to be working. I'm using this Armor All stuff, and I was able to get it. So that took me right there 45 minutes, but I think we're finally getting the knack of it. So I'm just taking a screwdriver, which you probably shouldn't do, but golly, I can't get these in any other way. And I'm just working it like 1/4 inch by 1/4 inch, getting it in there. And that Armor All definitely seemed to help. You can see it kind of falling into place, maybe. I'm not sure if you can. Just working it, working it. So this is a project that, if you're up for a challenge, it's a good one. If you're not up for a challenge, send them out to the vent window man. I see a bunch of the pages folks talk about a fella that you can send him your old windows and he spins them right around. It's probably money well spent. This is brutal. Guys, we did it. Wow. That was brutal. Good thing we only got one more to do. All right, let me get the other rubber in, and then we'll start the rest of the reassembly. The rest of the reassembly shouldn't be so bad. Whew-wee, holy macaroni. So we got these things together. That was a god-awful job, but we did it. So now we just got to get these other little doodads in, and there evidently is a left and a right. It's got the little stopper, and I was just lining them up, and that tucks in the back, and that tucks in the back. So we're gonna have to do a little benderoni, get it in there, and then we'll fold these things over. We just got to run a little bead where there was in the factory, a little weather strip adhesive in there, and then we'll see what we can do to get this jammed in there. And dab a little, nothing crazy, just a real light little bead, just how the factory had it. Now the trick's going to be to get this in. Probably in hindsight, probably should have done this ahead of time. Put this one in first, definitely. Here we go, we got it. Then we got to do a little bendage to get this side in. Definitely should have done this side first, I think. I guess that's it. Kind of seems to be in place. I'll buy it for a nickel. All right, let's throw the other one on. I guess. Hopefully they go together. So we gotta put this glass back together. I don't even know what I did with it. What did I do with the glass? Lost the glass. Get rid of this old paper. There's the glass. Just gonna poke this through here. Gotta get the washers. We had funny washers. Alrighty, I found a couple, so we're gonna back this out. Flat washer in there. Funny washer. Okay, so it looks like it's good. So we had flat washer. Springage, flat washer, lock washer, up. Get that rivet in before we tighten that up. So let's assemble the other one, and then we'll put this rivet in, and then we'll snug it up to get the right fit. We're cooking with gas now, kids. Let's get this riveted together. So I'll meet you over at the vise. We'll get this baby riveted together here. So I'm gonna try to show you how we gotta rivet this thing. So I'm gonna get this in here. Get that like that. Really need another set of hands, but it's got this fancy rivet. So from the top up, top down, however you want to say that. So we got that like that. And then we got to take the little fancy tool they give you. All right, so we got to take that tool, hold it in there at the same time without dropping everything. Be hard. Come on. We got that centered in there, and let's punch this together. Let's check it out. Still a little floppy. Looks like we gotta squish that some more still. Whenever we can squish it in a vise. I'm gonna try that. Hope it's not a bad thing to do. Let's try it. I guess it's okay. It's squished together pretty well. Works. Let's try the other one. We are good. All right, so we just gotta get this hardware in. We'll tighten these up till we get the right snug, and we can drop them back in. All right, let's see if we can get these things in. So, fortunately, they give us a nice little cheat sheet here. A lot of little pieces parts. All right, so what do we got here? Of course, we know this little nub goes on the outside. So we've got to have a gasket-a-roni there. Tells us we got a heavy plastic washer. Cup. Yep. Then the screw. All right, we got that on. So spring. This doodad. Hey, get back in there. Then we got this fancy wavy washer. Wavy washer. Actually, I don't have to hold that anymore. It's bolted. Put this baby on before you put the glass together. My hammer. Okay, we did it. All together. Close it. Whew. I think we did it, friends. Wow, that's tight. Look at that. It's a thing of beauty, guys. Look at that. We got a nice tight seal all the way through. Wow. A ton of work, but in all honesty, I think it's going to be, super, super worth it. So I think I'm going to clean up, wrap it up for tonight, and again, we'll catch you in a second tomorrow to get this, to get Fred reassembled here, because this has been a ton of work, and let's get these babies in. A thing of beauty. So just pop the other side in, kind of like a practice run here. So they went in pretty easy, but let's see if we can remember how we did it 5 minutes ago. Let me get this thing in here. Down, in, and then a twist-a-roni. There we go. Twist-a-roni it in. And just kind of got to tuck it in. So I'm going to give it an old coat of Sprayway. There's a little lube action. And it should pop right in theory. There it is. And that's it. That's it. So he's got to put the 3 screws back in. Find a bolt for the one that was missing down below. And we've got vent windows. So the most awful part was that rubber. I guess taking off the rubber and putting it back on. So let's finish taking this, well, not let's finish. All right, so let's finish screwing this together. And we'll see what it looks like and make sure it works. And we just got to put these felts in. And we'll be 100% new, good to go. All right, let's dig in here. Time to make the gaskets. So this is pretty easy. We got a little locator clip on this side. And then this pin you pull out, there's a factory brake, a little bracket in here that the factory gasket went in. So he's gonna pop that out. And then this one should just pop right in there. in theory, boom, just like that. I normally use this thumb, but I kind of got hurt the other night. Last night. And then there's a little bracket here, and that just tucks up inside, right up in there. Just got to basically press this in. You got a left side, a right side, pinch it in the moldings. You know what I did, and it seemed to work pretty well, is I slid the gasket down on the glass here as far as I could, and then give it a little tuckaroni. Do the same on this side. Just press it in, super slick. Then I took the rest of it, shoved it in there. There we go. Okay, so it looks really good. So I can get my hand in here and get what I can right now into the groove. Just gotta feel the groove, feel groovy. And I'm like, I don't know, probably 3/4 of the way down. This one you can't get much, but then take your old window crank. We're gonna kind of guide it up here without breaking it. All right, that's good for now. So bring it around and we'll tuck this side in. So I just kind of got this flopping in the breeze a little bit. And now you can get your hand in here and tuck this in to the channel. That's all. This job isn't hard, but boy, it sure is a pain. And do the same with this side. And we're in. So we'll lower this. I feel like something's wrong. Boy, this is rough. All right. Whoa, what was that all about? Well, we got them. We did it. One last thing, just put this little weather strip back in. And then, whew, I think this job is done. We're in. We're all gasketed up. Look at that. They're tight. I don't know. Do we have to lube these up or something? And boy, they're tight. Both of them are tight. Let me shut these. Bring it around and show you. Look at this. So, a little fine tuning. Boom, boom, boom. All nice new gaskets, tight. Should be pretty good. Hopefully it won't be howling down the highway anymore. Boy, especially after this amount of work. So, I don't know. On a difficulty factor, I would say this is about a 7. Actually, difficulty, yeah, a 7. Pain in the butt factor, probably about a 9.5. So we still got to finish buttoning up the door panels. I'm waiting because I've got new door handles coming. So I don't put the door handles in until these come in to get rid of these rusty old critters. So that's that. We're going to button that up. I'm going to put the bracket on for this mirror. And we're going to call it good. So I'm going to wrap it up for tonight. So this is the 3rd long night to do this. It was a project. So hopefully it's worth it. I think it will be. Keep the weather out and keep the wind from howling. So hey, thanks for watching all the way to the end here. Really appreciate it. Like, subscribe if you haven't already. We're going to continue on, Fred. One of the next big things is we're going to cut in a patch panel on the passenger side of the bed and get rid of that big old dent on the back. So that's our next big project for Fred. Button this up, and then we're going to patch that in and see if we can do some foo-foo body work. So until then, we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks, everyone. Appreciate you. Bye. Whew, Fred, you're working me out.